Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are talking about lesson 9 and we're still talking about solving unknown words, but today we're going to be talking about prefixes. So I have a little video that I want us to watch. It's just really short and it's just an introduction to what is a prefix and what is a suffix. Today, we're just going to be talking about the prefixes part, and then on Monday, we're going to add the suffixes. So prefixes are at the beginning of a word, and you're going to see this in this video, and then we'll talk about it in just a minute. Awesome, so fun. So the prefixes and suffixes are being added to a word so that you're making a new word. Today's learning target says I can use a prefix. So I can make a new word. I will know I have it when I can create words using a prefix. And over to the side, you're going to see where I have pre equals means before. So if we're using the word pre, it means it happens before the word. And I'm going to explain that a little bit today during our mini lesson. So a prefix, like I just mentioned, goes on the beginning of a word. So you will have a base word, and then you will have a few letters at the beginning of it to change its meaning. We're going to be using the chunking strategy to help us figure out what some of these words are. Let's take a look. So the first one is pre, P-R-E. And you're going to notice that I have split them into chunks. So the first word says pre-cooked. When I put that together, it is pre-cooked. If I pre-cook something, that means that I cook it before. For instance, I might pre-cook my hamburger before I make chili. So I have cooked it before. I'm actually putting it in the chili. The next one is prepare. Pre plus pair, which means that you're doing it before you are ready. Before you're ready. I am preparing my lesson. I'm going to do it before I do my lesson. The next word is pre-made, which means you are making it before. So the word pre means before. Let's try another prefix. This one is un. Un means not. So for instance, this word is uncooked. That means it's not cooked. Like macaroni, when you take it out of the box, it is uncooked, not cooked. Untie, which means it is not tied. Unmade. It is not made, like your bed is unmade if you did not make it. So un means not. So it's changing the meaning just a little bit. If you look at the word unmade, made is the base word. We call that the base word. You may have heard the word root word. Made is the base word, and then we add the prefix un. Un is not a word by itself, but when we put it on unmade, it makes made have a different meaning, which means not made. Let's try another one together. This one is re. So I picked a couple of re words. Re means again. So the first one is rewrite, which means to write again. Redo, like you might have to redo an assignment to do it again. Rework, to work again. Miss Anderson might say, can you rework this problem for me? That means you're going to go work on it again. So all of these prefixes have different meanings. Pre means before, un means not, and re means again. And we're going to work on this for the next couple of days to help you remember some of these together, okay? Now, let's solve some prefixes in a sentence. So if you're reading a sentence and you come across a word that has a prefix, you can chunk it just like I did. So the first sentence says, we need to prepare. Prepare for school. And see how I chunked that? I put pre first and then pair, prepare. That helps you to sound out that word. Look at the next one. It says, did you misspell? Did you misspell? Misspell the word. That means, did you spell it incorrectly? Did you misspell it? Did you miss it? So when you're sounding out words, when you're chunking it, you want to kind of take off that prefix and sound that out, and then sound out the word that is beside it. Okay? So now let's do some guided practice together. So this is the part where we're going to work together as a team to try to figure out what these words are. So it just says they want you to take the prefix and add it to the base word to make a new word. So let's take a look at that. All right, so I'm going to erase the type here, and I am going to add miss and lead. Let's put that together. Mislead, mislead. Mislead means that you are leading someone in the wrong direction. You're missing it. You are leading them down the wrong path. For instance, one of your friends may say, hey, let's go hang out together in the bathroom. They are misleading you. They're trying to take you into the bathroom when maybe you shouldn't be in there. So mislead means they're trying to take you down the wrong path. Let's look at the next one. Mistake. Mistake. What is that word? Say it to me. You're right. Mistake. So we're going to type that in. Mistake. That means that you shouldn't take it or that it was wrong. Like I say, I made a mistake. I did something wrong. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. That's what that word means. And then we just talked about this one. This one is misspell. Misspell. So do you see how I am putting the prefix on the beginning of the word? I'm just making a new word. So I have lead and I'm adding miss, so it's mislead. And I'm just typing it all together. I'm not putting the plus in there. I'm not putting the slash in there. I'm just writing it as one word because technically that's what it is. It's just one word. Then at the bottom, it says, write a sentence using one of the new words. So I'm going to take that off. And you know what I just did? I just got rid of my box. So I'm going to add my box back. So make sure you're really careful about that, not getting rid of your box. All right, there's my box. Write a sentence using one of the new words. So how about we use mistake? I made a mistake. I know how to spell it because it's up there at the top. I made a mistake today in math, period. All right. So I have finished that one slide that we have done together. Let's see if we can do another one. So this one is all on the uns. And remember, we said un means not. Okay. So the first one says un plus tie is what word? Tell me. Good job. It is untie. Do you see how I just put that together? UNTIE. How about un plus kind? What is that word? You're right. It is unkind. I just typed that word right together. And then this one's a little bit harder. This one has a prefix and a suffix at the end. It says untruthful. Untruthful. So we're going to type that whole thing out. Untruthful. Okay. Now it says type a sentence. So now I click at the end. I'm going to go back and erase type here, and I'm going to type a sentence. So let's think of a sentence we could do. How about unkind? She was being unkind to me. I'm so sad. I'm sorry she was being unkind to you. That's my sentence. Now look at what I did. Even though this is not writing class, notice that I capitalized the first letter. You're going to have to use that shift key and hold it down and hit the S at the same time to make that a capital. Now Mrs. Steck won't hold that against you, but I do want you to practice that. And then notice at the end, I put my period. Now, you're going to be doing the same thing for independent practice today. It's going to look exactly like this, only with different words that you're going to make. After you finish your independent practice, do you see right up here where it says share? You're going to click that share button, and then you're going to have an adult type in Mrs. Steck's email address. Okay, you've been sharing your writing. You may be able to click share and it might have send right after that. If it does, and it's got a whole bunch of people, don't worry about the whole bunch of people, just send it straight to me. Okay, if you have problems sharing it or sending it, make sure someone dojos me so that I can help you. Let's go ahead and jump down to independent practice. Again, Mrs. Steck said that your independent practice is going to look just like what we did, only you're going to do it yourself. You're going to create your words, just putting those beginning and root words together or base words together, and then you're going to type a sentence using those. So not a lot to do today. You don't have a reading passage for today. You're just working on prefixes. I want you to focus on that. Now, we've also been adding some time to our stamina, and we should be at 10 minutes. So I need you to, after you do these activities for me, I need you to set that timer on your telephone for 10 minutes. And today, I want you to find a nice, comfortable spot, and I want you to read. Now, you're probably asking, Mrs. Steck, I don't have an independent practice to read today. You're right. But remember, Miss Steck made 2 books for you. That's in your baggie. And then you also got 2 books from Miss Blake and Miss Price when you came to open house. So you have 4 books that you can be reading during your 10 minutes. Okay, so make sure that you're doing that for your 10 minutes of reading stamina. Also, today I want you just to think about your reflection. How do you think you did on prefixes today? When you do your independent practice, were you able to do that by yourself or did you need help? If you were able to do it by yourself, you are a 4. That is awesome. You can do it by yourself. You could even teach a friend. If you needed just a little bit of help, that's a 3. Maybe you were a little confused and you weren't quite sure how to put the prefix on the ending. That would be a 2. And if you're confused and you're not sure about prefixes, that's a 1. And you need to jump on at our 9:15 meeting so that we can talk together about our reading. Okay? You guys have a great weekend. I know that I am probably going to see you a little bit later this afternoon, but if I don't see you, make sure you have a great weekend and be safe. And we will talk soon. You guys have a great day of learning.